Hello everyone, welcome to Timeline Tarot. My name is Jen. If you've been here before, welcome back my friends. If you're new to the channel, I warmly welcome you here. Either way, I ask that you please click like, share, and subscribe. It's a fantastic way for us to exchange energy. It also helps with YouTube's algorithm, and that means more individuals will be able to see the readings that I post. So if you can take a second to do that, I will appreciate it very, very much. Today is Monday, July 22nd, 2024. We're now officially in Leo season. I don't know where the first half of the year went, but it went by very quickly for me anyway. I thought it'd be great to do a reading. This will be a little bit long of a reading. I'm going to begin with Aries and go around the zodiac wheel ending at Pisces. As always, timestamps will be pinned to the comments section. But today I wanted us to focus on, and that was really, and it really is what came to me during my during all the pre-shuffle I was doing in the meditation, and of course burning my sage and Palo Santo, was like, I feel like with everything going on in the world, a lot of us have been so captivated, and it really is a historic time, regardless of where you live in the world, but particularly if you're in the United States. And I feel like sometimes we get so caught up in this like 24-hour news cycle, we might lose a little focus on our own individual paths or what we should be doing, right? So I felt like it was a great day to use the wisdom of the Oracle deck and then 2 decks of tarot to clarify those messages, sort of to help redirect us to what mission and purpose is for us at this time, like what we should focus on or what parts of our life maybe we can enhance or improve. So I'm not quite sure what messages will come through for all of you, but we'll definitely see what comes out. Please remember, this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized or personalized to you, and therefore it's quite possible that the messages that come through today will not fully resonate with you. And as I always say, if that's the case, it's okay. It just means it's meant for someone else of your sign. So never force a message to fit if you intuitively know it's not currently aligned with your journey. With all that said, my friends, let's see, what does the divine want each of us to focus on at this time? Aries, we have mending. So the mending card in this deck is card number 52. The message of this particular card reads, each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal. The pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. As a relationship message, this card means that you've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you are to move forward. Separate or together, you and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do, even if you're not aware of it. The energy needs to be cleared. What must you do to bridge this gap? Closing your heart is not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what would love do? Only good will come of forgiveness and an honest readdress. Your prosperity message with this card is, everyone makes mistakes, especially when you want something very badly. You may come to realize that in chasing after a pretty shiny thing, you lost sight of long-term sustainable prosperity. Sometimes you make choices that look good at first, but ultimately lead to loss or failure. It's time to forgive yourself and others. Don't blame anyone else. You get to start again, wiser and more mature. The journey to true abundance can be bumpy. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way, especially yourself. Forgive those who may have taken advantage of you. Let go and learn from this. You are now that much closer to achieving the kind of prosperity that really fulfills you. Nothing is ever lost or wasted when you view it from this perspective. Really like this message for you, Aries. I think going back to May, we saw that a lot of you are on the precipice of big change. Some of you leaving long-term relationships, some of you leaving home, leaving businesses, starting your own endeavors. And we had seen in your readings over the last 2 months where you did have a lot of conflict in regards to these shifts and changes you were making. Some people felt betrayed by it. Some people felt heartbroken over it. Some people were downright angry with you over it. And I feel like whether or not you decide to keep these people in your life or not, the card is clearly calling for you to mend some of those bridges. So let's see what Tarot has. Please clarify this mending card here for the Aries collective. Please clarify mending. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Aries, we have for you the King of Cups. Talk about bringing love to a situation, right? Further clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Hangman. So I think for some time now, bottom of the deck, Four of Wands. So yeah, definitely within your either your home environment, your community environment, right? The Four of Wands for me doesn't just talk about marriage. It could be the marriage card. But for me, I always look at the Four of Wands as your home base, right? My four walls here where I feel the safest, most secure in the world. And so for you, your Four of Wands could be where you live alone or you live with a family, or maybe it's just you and a cat like it is for me here. But whatever it is, there's been a disruption here. And I think for a lot of you, is you were changing what your happiness was or what your happiness is. And there's been fallout. A lot of you are leaving something long-term, Ten of Pentacles, and you've been juggling on this decision, kind of going back and forth. Do I do this? Do I not do this? Sitting here in hangman status. I feel that for those of you who want to move forward, the only way you can successfully move forward is doing exactly what that card is, and it's mending. So tell me more now. What does Aries actually need to mend? You definitely have to bring love into the situation. And it is time to let go. It is time to let go of any past hurts or failures or grudges, or maybe even any negative feelings or thoughts you have of others or yourself. Tell me more about this mending. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Aries, I have for you the Nine of Wands. Whatever this was quite wounding to you. You could have felt like you had to continually battle others, or defend your dream, or defend the path you wanted to take in life. We then have the Tower. I think, yeah, for a lot of you, this came as a shocking revelation, realization, that I think you thought more people would be there for you. And then we have the Chariot. So yeah, so a lot of you in your pursuit of this dream, and it'll be different for all of you, but in the pursuit of this dream and moving forward with it, it created a tower moment in your life. You had to drastically change something, and in changing something, you had to confront things. You had to confront people. You had to confront the way you felt about this. I think for a lot of you, you had to confront yourselves, because some of you are leaving something you've been at for 10 years, whether it's a living situation, a relationship, a job. This is definitely a departure. And I feel for a lot of you, you felt quite wounded in this. Tell me what's coming for Aries that they don't know about. We have the Ten of Swords to the Knight of Wands to the Two of Cups. So for some of you, this is bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. So for a lot of you, this is regarding love, maybe leaving one relationship for another, or just moving forward into an entirely new relationship after being hurt, maybe after having a separation with a long-time relationship. But I feel whatever this is for you, whether you're leaving something behind in your professional, personal, or romantic life, you need to bring love into the situation. And I almost want to say forgive, not forgive and forget, but forgive and learn, and move forward. I feel like this is the okay to you from the divine, saying it's okay to move forward. You don't have to sit stagnant anymore. You can follow your dreams. And, you know, if other people aren't going to support you, that's okay. You can love and still let go and move forward. So that's the message for Aries at this time, in an effort to, I think, help you chase your dreams or go after your dreams. You can't just, end certain situations in your life and just move forward like they never existed. In order to find true happiness with wherever you are going or whatever your next chapter looks like, it's going to require you, Aries, to do some mending beforehand. So that's the message that we have for you. The divine has for you today, Aries. If you like this message and it resonated with you, please click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Aries, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Taurus. Let's see your message. Taurus, we have for you card number 3. And on the card, it says Between Worlds. So card number 3 for Taurus reads, Between worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of this recent experience. In this place between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so, and you will not be disappointed. Relationship message of this card. This is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need, Taurus? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. And I think we said that in that last reading we had for you, Taurus, where I had said, what are your values and how much do you value your values? So I thought it quite interesting that you received this card today. Your prosperity message with this card: in work. Sometimes you try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. When this symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. Win or lose, you can learn much from what comes of your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talents in new and different arenas. Remain curious, and with the right combination of timing and luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you've known before. So yeah, for a lot of the Taurians out there, whether it's in your professional, personal, or romantic life, I've definitely seen this between two worlds, unsure if you want to leave a current job. Some of you not sure if you want to leave a current living situation. Others of you are torn between a relationship. I think we've seen in the past couple of readings, long-term relationships especially, and long-term, I mean, you know, not someone you've dated for 2 weeks, but 2+ years, or whether you're married to them or not, and kind of stuck between two worlds. But what I want to say to you, Taurus, is just looking at this card, that what is coming ahead, or what is coming in your future, is so much brighter than what you're leaving behind. You know, sometimes we get stuck in this and we think it's okay because we become complacent. We almost forget how bright and bountiful and beautiful the world can be. And so I feel like a lot of you are leaving behind a past, whether that's in your professional, personal, romantic life, that was It was just It was, you know, it was a beautiful summer day that was cloudy. And I feel like a lot of you are now walking into the sun, walking into happiness. So tell me more about this for the Taurian collective, please. Between worlds. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Taurus, this is clarified by the Strength card. So it takes strength. It takes strength and courage to move from where you've always been or where you are now into something new. Further clarified by the Page of Swords, the 10 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups. So yeah, I feel for a lot of you, Tauruses, it's going to take a lot of strength. You know, you are an earth sign. Most Taurians that I've known don't like change. You almost have to be forced into it. I've known Taurians that stay at a job they dislike for 20 years. But it's just because they become complacent and comfortable in it. But is it the best for you? And I feel like with the Between Worlds card, it is telling you that You have not yet found your 10 of Cups, whether that's in your professional, personal, or romantic life. This is something that you desire, but you have not found it yet. You are on your way there, Taurus. It's time for you to be inquisitive with that Page of Swords card to the Seven of Cups card and see what else is out there. What are the other options that you have out there? Tell me more about Between Worlds for the Taurian collective. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Between Worlds is clarified by the Knight of Wands. So you need to pursue whatever this is for you, Taurus, with great passion, with great energetic action, as the Knight of Wands would. You have the Queen of Wands. So again, in terms of your happily ever after, or your 10 of Cups, or a business partner, or a love relationship, you are, I feel like for a lot of you, let me get one more card here. Yeah. Oh, wow. You have 2 strength cards. I feel for a lot of you, you have been in a relationship with a Knight of Wands. And you're sitting there as the Queen of Wands. Now, you could be masculine or feminine. Take it how it resonates. So whether you're the Queen or King of Wands, you're sitting there vibrant. You're sitting there successful. The King and Queen of Wands are the entrepreneurs of tarot. You've heard me say this before. They can see the long run. They think outside of the box. They're the visionaries of tarot. And I feel like what you've wanted for the longest time is your counterpart. The Queen of Wands wants her King of Wands, or King of Wands wants his Queen of Wands. But the only thing you keep getting, Taurus, are Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands, while they are the most visually appealing knights out of the 4 knights of tarot, they are the most inconsistent. This is the knight you can't pin down. This is the knight that has conquest, goes from conquest to conquest to conquest, right? Village to village to village. And I feel like what you're looking for is a King of Wands. So I feel like a lot of you, this is relationship based, particularly with that 10 of Cups card. And I feel like this is the divine telling you that you need to move forward, kind of leave behind this Knight of Wands, because your King of Wands is out there. Your King of Wands is out there, but it's going to take you a lot of strength to move forward. I feel like a lot of you are halfway there. Like, even if you look at the card, there's like one leg in the old world and one leg in the new. It's almost like one leg is where you're at and one leg is just stepped like just outside of the door. What does Taurus not see regarding the situation? The 8 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, and the 5 of Wands. So there is definitely a need here. I want to say bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. So yeah, Taurus, there's I almost want to say a need here for you to leave behind the 8 of Cups. Were the 8 of Cups terrible? No. But are they the 9 of Cups? No, they're not. And they certainly don't lead you to the 10 of Cups. The 8 of Cups are meh. That's what I always say. I always say it's meh. It's not terrible, but it's meh. It is what you are leaving. It is the gray, right? It's the beautiful summer day with terrible overcast and clouds. And so I feel for a lot of you, especially with this Knight of Wands to the 7 of Swords, that you could have dealt with multiple lovers, or maybe dealing with one now. I don't know your particular situation, where they're always coming in and out. There's a lot of betrayal, a lot of lies, a lot of sneaky deception, a lot of arguments. Maybe this individual makes you feel as if you're in competition for their attention, for their love. But with that 8 of Cups card to the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, those are your 9 of Cups. And I feel like for a lot of Taurians, you have realized that where you've been is not where you want to be. And a lot of you are courageously moving forward to that. So if you're wondering about your purpose here, or your journey, I feel like at this time, Taurus, your journey is calling for you to find your 9 of Cups, which will lead you to your 10 of Cups. It is not the Knight of Wands that you may have connected with in the past. So I would say here that the message is loud and clear, Taurus, for you to have the strength, courage, and perseverance to move forward in your quest for your 10 of Cups, whatever that may be. So if this is in regards to, work, I would say with that 7 of Cups card, get your applications out there, fill out, or submit your resumes. There is something like what you want is out there. Taurus, but it's going to require you to do the footwork in order to get there, in order to find it, in order to claim it as your own, because right now you are between worlds. And I feel that in order for you to take that other step, you know, out of the doorway, it's actually going to require like application on your part to do just that. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. If you like this message and it resonated with you, please click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Taurus, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, my fellow Geminis. Let's see. What does the Oracle deck have for you today, my friends? We have Fork in the Road. Big decision, it looks like, for you. This is card number 13 out of this deck. Card number 13, Fork in the Road. Every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice. It is yours to make alone. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroad. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. As a relationship message, you have reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose? To open up to the possibility of love or to remain isolated? To go deeper and commit to mutual passion or to walk away? This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself, Gemini, about what you're willing to do, invest, and give, and then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone, or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on the path to a truer experience of the heart. Your prosperity message with this card. You've come as far as you can on this part of your journey, Gemini, and now you're faced with a choice. Inherent in this choice is the need for change, for evolution, and for a bettering of your circumstances. Narrow it down to just a single question. Who do I need to become, and what do I need to believe in order to live a life of prosperity? Answer honestly and from the heart. Then the decision about which way to go will be effortless. Know that abundance is all around you. Choose to see it, and it will be easier to settle on a direction. It'll be easier to settle on a direction, for the way will be made clear by your intuition, which knows how to steer you toward your well-being. So, big fork in the road, big decision for the Gemini collective out there. Tell me more about this fork in the road for the Gemini collective. I feel for a lot of you, you're contemplating moving. That's the message that I'm receiving, contemplating moving. Now, this could be like actually changing communities, like moving to another town, moving to another state, buying a home. I mean, like I'm getting this feeling of like physical relocation. For others of you, this is a fork in the road in terms of a profession. Some of you may be contemplating not just changing your job, but maybe even changing an entire industry or learning a new skill. So let's see, what do we have here? Tell me more about this fork in the road for the Gemini collective. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Gemini, we have the Five of Swords, further clarified by the Seven of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. So I think for a lot of you, this fork in the road is your need or desire of wanting stability. The King of Pentacles is an individual who wants control and authority over their life, over their finances. It's a very disciplined individual. I feel like a lot of you are having this Five of Swords moment, which is internal conflict about which way to go. Do I look at other options? Maybe moving on will cause some heartbreak because we do have that Ten of Swords card. It might hurt you to release and let go as well. But I feel like there's a huge call here for the Gemini collective to think with a clear mind. If you notice, the only cups we have here are the Seven of Cups, which talks about options. So I feel like this needs to be a non-emotional decision that the Gemini collective makes. You need to look at the facts. You know, the King and Queen of Swords are the, I always call them the spreadsheet King and Queens of Tarot, especially in the upright. And I feel like this is a time for you, Gemini, to look at the facts. And to quiet the mind, because we have a lot of swords card, you know, this is a small spread. You have 4 cards here and 3 of them are swords. Now, swords and tarot are part of the air suit, and that is you, Gemini. That is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So the sword suit in tarot talks about the words we say to others, right? It's communication, but it's also the words we speak to ourselves. And so I feel like with this 5 of Swords card, it's really a lot of internal conflict here. There are a lot of options before you, possibly multiple forks in the road, and some of you are not sure what to take because it may require you to leave behind a situation or an individual who may feel backstabbed, 10 of Swords, or betrayed by you. If that's not it, Gemini, then it's just an ending. You know that you have to close one door in order to walk through another. So tell me more about this fork in the road for the Gemini collective. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Gemini, we have the 2 of Swords. So fork in the road with that Queen of Swords needing a holding the sword of truth, because the King and Queen of Swords wields the Ace of Swords, the sword of truth. So I feel like this is a decision that you have to make. I feel like it's almost, I don't want to say imminent, but I feel like it's a decision you need to make soon. 4 of Wands. Remember what I was saying about moving? I felt this thing, a lot of you are moving or are thinking about moving, so that, or changing, right? So that 4 of Wands card is our happy place, right? It's not just our, I mean, it could mean celebration and marriage, but for me as a tarot reader, I've always looked at the 4 of Wands as my 4 walls. This is where we feel safe and secure, whether you live alone with a cat like I do, or you have 8 people living in your house. It's your home base, and I feel a lot of you are having to make a decision about your home base. And we have the Death card. So putting an end, something needs to come to an end, and you know this, Gemini. You know that something has to come to an end. This is an ending. The Death card is an ending. So in order for you to move on, Gemini, you need to have a serious conversation with yourself. Because the 5 of Swords and the Queen holds 1 sword is 6 swords, and 6 swords talks about moving away from turbulent waters or a situation of conflict and moving into prosperity or moving into calmer waters. And again, we have that moving. So I feel like a lot of you need to move on from a particular person, place, or thing. What do you not see coming? Strength card. It's going to require you strength to do this, Gemini. Possibly conflict with others with that 5 of Wands card. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Pentacles talks about balance in this deck. Balance and equal reciprocity. I feel like a lot of you are going to have to defend why you're doing this. I feel like this is conflict with others. Or perhaps some of you are afraid that others will not approve of this move that you're making. But I feel like it's one you have to make, and I feel like I almost want to say imminent. Like you can't sit at the fork in the road for too long, Gemini. So you may maybe have some conflict or break some hearts or disappoint some people. But in order for you to move forward in your life, something with that Death card needs to come to an end. Page of Pentacles. It's time to plant a whole new seed. Gemini, in your life. Behind the Page of Pentacles, we have the 7 of Wands. I feel like a lot of you are going to have to defend this new start for yourselves, but I feel you intuitively know that it's something that you have to do. So you're definitely at a fork in the road, Gemini. It's time to make a decision. You can't sit at the crossroads forever. And I want to say it's time to quiet the mind on this. Time to quiet the mind and time to look at the facts and only the facts. And I feel like there's happiness at the end here, because, you know, at the end of this path in the fork in the road, there's this like sunlight. So I feel like the direction you're going in is actually a happy one, even if you can't fully see it now at this time. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. Big decision on your plate and a lot of internal conflict over it. But I think the message here for you is that, one, you need to make a decision relatively soon, because you can't sit at the fork in the road there forever. And then I think the second thing here is that you really have to quiet the mind and deal with the facts of a situation and not the emotions. Really do what you feel is, based on the facts, best for you and your future. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. If you like this message and it resonated with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Gemini, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Cancer. Let's see what we have for you. Unfinished Symphony. This is card number 10 out of the deck. Now, if this is love related, we have seen this in your readings recently, on and off, I want to say for like last month and a half, where the Cancerian collective has maybe been going back and forth with a particular situation or relationship in their life that is not quite yet done. And by that I mean it's not over. There's more. The symphony isn't finished, right? There's more to do, or your story there, or your story with that person isn't quite over. This oracle message: this is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. Relationship message: moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are. Make amends if you need be, and declare your feelings, if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so that you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. Prosperity message: make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. Perhaps you have created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities for wealth. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but more clutter. Now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that have accumulated. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in an assignment, and complete a work of art. I'm laughing because although I'm a Gemini, I feel like a lot of this pertains to me, with leaving a lot of projects around my house uncompleted or incomplete. Tie up loose ends so you can move forward with surety, knowing you're on the prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. So, time to close up loose ends. Time to find closure in a particular situation. Now, this doesn't mean that a relationship is ending or has to end. But, with what we just read there, I feel like even if you are restarting a relationship or restarting a connection, it's important for past wounds to be addressed, even if you have to address them only with yourself. It is the only way to move forward, even in terms of reconciliation. You can't just leave the past hurts lingering there, because they will affect the new story or the new chapter that you're trying to write. So whether you are in the process of reconciliation now, or in finding new love, or for some of you, it could be at work, right? Could be reconciling with coworkers. Doesn't mean that you have to, quit your job or find something else just because things didn't work out, or maybe you had some, individuals that you couldn't cooperate with on a particular project, but you need to close that out before you can reconcile with them and work with them again. And same thing when it comes to friends. So I feel like the message here for the Cancerian collective is to obtain closure for past hurts in your professional, personal, or romantic relationships, even if you can't obtain that closure from the particular individual or individuals. It's important for you to obtain closure, or at least give closure to yourself. Tell me more about this unfinished sympathy for the Cancer collective. We had a card fly out. We have the Lovers. So for some of you, it is in regards to love. So again, maybe closing out a love relationship, leaving one lover for another, making a choice in love, making a choice to reconcile a love relationship. But either way, the past hurts or the past transgressions need to be addressed. And particularly if you're reconciling, it's something that you and your partner will need to do together in order to really clean the slate and move forward together. Tell me more about this. We have the Eight of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. Definitely have to take action. Energetic, passionate action as the Knight of Wands in order to address this past conflict, this Five of Wands, whatever this was, this disagreement, this strife, this tension, whether you were in competition for their love or their adoration or their time, or they were with you, whatever this is, conflict at work, conflict in a friend group, conflict within family, in order to make the choice to move forward, you have to get out of your head and take action. The Knight of Wands is facing this. So I wish that you could see the cards the way I see them here. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hangman. So let me show you here. It's like you have to face your fears, kind of hit them head on in order to address this conflict. That's the message for you today, Cancer. And again, whether you're staying, whether you're going, professional, personal, or romantic life, you are the one that actually needs to take the action to face your fears head on to address this conflict so you or they can move either together or separately, but to move forward in peace is what I'm hearing. Move forward in peace. Tell me more about this unfinished symphony now for the Cancerian collective. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Four of Cups. And we have the Knight of Cups. So definitely bringing love into a situation. I feel like, the King of Cups holds a cup, and then the Four of Cups is here, and we have Five of Cups, right? So if you take the Four of Cups from the Four of Cups card, and the one cup that the King is holding is Five of Cups. So there's been some sort of loss here at some point in this connection. And it doesn't mean the loss has to be forever, but there was some setback here, or some grief, or some disconnection. And I feel like the Page of Wands card is saying you need to explore ways to heal that Five of Cups. Definitely need to obtain closure in order to move forward. What does Cancer not see coming? Healing, the Star card. So I really do believe that the first step in healing is addressing this old hurt. The High Priestess, and you, my dear, intuitively know that. And then you have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, I would say to prioritize the Two of Pentacles, and the bottom of the deck here we have Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like there is abundance here waiting for you. So whether this is moving forward with this person or this situation, together or separately, but you need to make the time management. Two of Pentacles, need to find the proper time or make the time to address these past hurts. So the two of you, like I said, can either move forward together or separately. Right behind the Ten of Pentacles, we have Temperance. So, and Two of Pentacles talks about balancing, right? Balancing time, balancing priorities. I feel like that is how you become more harmonized. What was I saying? More in harmony and more in balance. And again, find some peace and stability in moving forward. I think that's what brings abundance to you. So whether this is in, again, professional, personal, or romantic life, I feel that you reached that Ten of Pentacles, that place of abundance. And Pentacles are, basic resources. I always look at them as resources, not necessarily money. So it's time, money, love, commitment, whatever that is for you, that ultimate, that Ten of Pentacles. I feel like it is only reached, Cancer, by you addressing these past hurts and finally finding closure. And if you're moving on from a situation completely and you're leaving that person behind, or you're exiting the job, and you're unable to obtain, you know, closure from them, I think you need to sit down with yourself and obtain the closure. You really then need to leave the past in the past either way in order for you to have a bright and happier Ten of Pentacles abundant future. So something for you to work on there, Cancer, is leaving the past in the past. So Cancer, that is what I have for you at this time. If you like this message and it resonates with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, my friends, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Leo. Let's see what we have for the lovable Leos. We're now officially in your season, so I'd like to wish you a very, very happy birthday. Leo, we have for you peace. This is card number 23 out of this deck. And it reads the Oracle message. It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful, so enjoy it. Relationship message. When two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are as two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours, and it is to be savored. Prosperity message. This is one of those times when you're capable of clear vision about your work and how you create your prosperity. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're called by a presence to step into your power. Just being is enough, for you are in peaceful harmony with spirit, and it shows in your work. So I think for a lot of the Leo collective, and when the tip of my nose itches in a reading, it's like it's spot on. I think for a lot of Leos, whether it's in your professional, personal, or romantic life, you have dealt with a lot of chaos. I feel like all you want is peace. And some of you have been making decisions that aren't the best for you, and we've seen this in some of your readings, because you've almost wanted peace at all cost, or peace at any cost. And I think for a lot of you, you've made decisions to keep the peace, but it has hurt you. And I feel like this message here today is telling you that you really have to put your true peace first, not the peace of others. And if that means that you have to leave particular situations behind, or people behind, then that's what you have to do. But I feel like in order for you to find peace, you have to make sure that it is truly yours. I want to say, like, chase your peace, chase your happiness. Don't give your peace away in order to make someone else peaceful or someone else's life peaceful. Tell me more about the peace card here for Leo. Tell me more about peace. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Peace clarified by the Six of Pentacles, further clarified by the Death card, the Five of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. You have the power. The Magician, whenever it comes up in the upright, I always think of the end of the Wizard of Oz, and I'm probably sound silly to some of you, but I think for a lot of you for a long time, remember what I was saying about peace at any cost? It's like you thought that would bring you peace. It's like you were looking for other people to bring you peace, or compromising yourself in order to keep a situation peaceful. But you had the power all along. This reminds me of the end of the Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy is told that all she has to do is click her heels 3 times. And she's sitting there in, amazement, because she's gone 2/3 of the movie at that point, thinking that she needed someone else. She needed the witch, right? Or Glinda the Good Witch, or she needed she needed all of her munchkins, right? She needed the Wizard of Oz to transport her or teleport her back, but she had the power within her all along. So I feel like, I know that's a silly message there, but I feel like some of you have given your power away to other people or other situations in order to keep the peace. And I feel like Death card, you need to put an end to that. You need to do what makes you happy, even if that means there's some conflict with others. And I know that sounds so like contradictory, because how am I going to get peace with conflict? But it's almost like you have to defend your peace, not give it away so someone else is peaceful. You can't compromise yourself, Leo, to make someone else's life peaceful, and meanwhile you're dealing with all of this internal conflict because you're not happy. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's time for you to pour into yourself. The Queen of Cups is someone who's emotionally secure, calm, intuitive, and compassionate. But before he or she can give love to others, peace through love, they have to pour it into themselves. I feel like this is a big calling for the Leo collective to give to themselves. Be generous with yourself, Six of Pentacles. Love yourself, Queen of Cups. I want to say put an end to selling yourself short or giving away your peace. Yeah, that's because that's what you've been doing. You've been giving away your peace. And it's time for you to have your own peace. It's time for you to pour into yourself, be charitable with yourself, give to yourself, and love yourself. And if that means others are left in conflict or turmoil, that's on them. I hate to say that. That's on them. The peace is yours to create. You have all the tools and resources and skills required to create your own peace, to manifest your peace, and you certainly do not have to give it away. So I feel like it's death to selling yourself short or giving away your peace to others. You have to put an end to that. Tell me more about peace for the Leo collective. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The Five of Swords card wanted to pop out again. So we have King of Cups. Now we have Queen of Cups and King of Cups. We have Temperance. And then we have the King of Pentacles. That's where your stability lies, is in pouring love to yourself. That's how everything else becomes balanced. The Six of Pentacles talks about balance. Temperance talks about balance. I feel like peace in your life has been off balance for a long time because you give away your peace and others in order to keep the peace. You give away your own peace. You need to restore that into your life. You can be peaceful with others, but you need to give it to yourself too. Start making decisions, Leo, that are in your own best interest, that actually bring peace to your life. Don't give your peace away anymore. Bottom of the deck, we have Justice. That's your justice, my friend. Eight of Cups. Have to walk away from giving your peace to others. And King of Wands, I want to say, take rapid action. We now have three kings here, so it's just one king shy of an emperor, but bottom of the deck, we have King of Swords. So I feel like in order for you to really come into your power, you need to stop giving your peace away. You're sacrificing yourself to keep others in your life. Whether you're like doing it to keep them in your life or to keep them happy in their lives. I feel like no more shortchanging yourself. I feel like a lot of you have been doing this for a long time. With four kings on the table here, I feel like it's time for you to become the emperor or empress of your life and to take action. Restore peace to yourself. No more giving it away for free to others, my friends. And if that means that there is some conflict there, then there's some conflict there. And again, I know that sounds counterintuitive or doesn't sound like great advice, but their peace is their own to make. They can't keep stealing your peace, and you shouldn't be freely giving it away. So I want to say great time, Leo, now that we've entered your season, for you to begin to pour into yourself. I combined these cards. Whether it's love, whether it's money, whatever it is that you have been giving to others in order to appease them, I think it's time for you to appease yourself and to take care of yourself. So that's what I have for you, Leo, at this time. Again, if you're celebrating your birthday, I want to wish you a very, very happy birthday. And if you like this message and it resonated with you, please click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Leo, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, my beautiful Virgos. Let's see what your current message is from the divine. Let's see what we have for our beautiful Virgos. We have Serendipity. This is card number 18 in this deck. Card number 18 reads, okay, the Oracle message. You've stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you so very much. I think that's a beautiful message for you guys. Let's see in terms of relationship. Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your life's journey. Someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs that Spirit presents. As a prosperity message, you are in the right place at the right time. Be grateful, for the stars are aligned in your favor and fortune is smiling on you. Victory and success are yours. The choices you have made in the past have prepared you for the opportunities now before you. This is your lucky moment, Virgo. The timing is perfect. Wow, I love this. And we've seen this a lot for you, guys and gals, where you are on the precipice of something huge, new job or new living situation, new relationship, an actual divine counterpart. Some of you, meeting an emperor, meeting an empress, meeting the 3D personification of your counterpart, of who you're meant to spend the rest of your life with. And for others of you, big job changes. We've seen that in your last reading. I think we had like 4 cards were all pentacles. I think you had like 2 Page of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles. So it definitely looked like money, or you were on the come up of money or a new opportunity. So tell me more about this moment of serendipity for the Virgo collective. Tell me more about serendipity for the Virgo collective. What do they need to know? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Serendipity, clarified by the Page of Cups. Further clarified by the World, the Fool. Whew, I just got chills. And the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. You've come a long way. You've come a long way from feeling in lack or not having enough financial resources or having a financial loss. I feel like victory is yours. You may not realize it, but you have closed out this cycle. The World card has closed out the 5 of Pentacles. So if you have felt in isolation or in lack, some sort of loss here, could be spiritual loss, emotional loss, financial loss, the door is shutting on that. You have a message coming in. I've been saying this to you guys. I've been seeing this. What did I say the other day to you guys? I said, I have like 100 decks of cards. It doesn't matter what decks I use or combination of decks or what sort of spread. There is something huge coming for the Virgo collective. And I keep seeing this messenger. I think in your last reading it came up as Page of Pentacles. In other readings, it's been Page of Wands. The pages are the message. There is a message coming through that helps put you on an entire new path. The Fool card talks about new beginning, spontaneity, having a free spirit. This is a new beginning in finances, a new beginning in love, a new beginning maybe even like relocating. But the Ace of Swords is a victory moment, a breakthrough moment, a moment of mental clarity, a moment of serendipity. Tell me more about this serendipity for the Virgo collective. Tell me more about serendipity, please, for the Virgo collective. I feel like I should give this 2 more shuffles, so bear with me. I try to take my my orders from them, it's whatever, when they give it. So I'm told 2 more shuffles. I'm going to give 2 more shuffles. Okay. Tell me more about serendipity now for the Virgo collective. 1 more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Clarified by the Star card, healing. The Ace of Wands. Now you have 2 aces. A breakthrough victory moment with a passionate new beginning. And the Ace of Pentacles. 3 aces. Holy Jesus, I just got chills. Okay, bottom of the deck, the Sun card, 2 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, death. Death to the old stuff. It's done. it's gone. This feeling of malaise, right? The death card was right on top of 4 of Cups. So death to feeling malaise, apathy. Maybe the offers coming in weren't good enough, whether they were in your professional, personal, romantic life. You were so focused on what was lost. I feel like it's time, and a lot of you have been in this healing process with the Star card. I feel like what you don't see coming is you're going to have choices, multiple choices. I feel like within Leo season, and we got that in your last reading too, we had the Sun card. So I really feel, and we've just started Leo season, so I feel like this is the season where you're going to have a lot of choices. Whether, again, that's in your professional, personal, romantic life, you're going to have to make some big decisions on what you're holding on to and what you're letting go. You have 3 aces on the table. You have victory, clarity, truth. You have a passionate new beginning, and you have an opportunity for money. This is huge. Now, the only ace we're missing is the Ace of Cups. So when I, look at a tarot reading, I look at what's on the table, the order it comes out in, but I look at what's missing. So for a lot of you, the Ace of Cups is what's missing, which means a new opportunity in love. But the Page of Cups is here. So I feel like the message, the Page of Cups holds the Ace of Cups. So in reality, as a reader, I can say you, Virgo, have all 4 aces on the table. That is unbelievable and very not common. This is not common in a reading, especially a small spread. So yes, I feel like there's a big closing out of an old cycle. I think a lot of you within Leo season are going to have to make some pretty big decisions about a new job or a new lover or a new opportunity. I feel like you are coming into your victory season. If you are letting or holding on to any of these past hurts or like feeling you're not good enough, it's time to let go. Can't hold on to that anymore. You need to actually make the active decision to let go of it. That's how all this new stuff comes in. So past lover hurt you. You really have to let go. I would go back and look at the Cancer reading that I did, even though you're not Cancer. I would look, because the Cancer reading was really great about like whether you move forward with someone or something. If there's been past hurts, you have to close those up. That all of those unfinished symphonies, right? You have to obtain closure. And if you can't obtain closure from that person, place, or thing, then you really need to sit down with yourself in quiet time and give yourself your own closure. So definitely take a look at the Cancer reading. But I feel like you have to let go, make the decision to let go of whatever past hurts you're feeling or negative thoughts you may still be feeling, this feeling of lack. I feel like a lot of you feel like you're not good enough. You're not good enough to land a new lover. You're not good enough to land a new job. Really need to get rid of that mindset. That's what closes the cycle. I feel like the cycle here is we have to close out the old mindset. The new stuff coming in, I mean, you've got 4 freaking aces here on the table, loads of healing, a moment of alchemy here, a moment of serendipity. All you have to do, my friends, is let go of the past. So I would take a look at that Cancer reading. But it's time to let go of, like I said, past hurts, not feeling good enough. This message is telling you that you do have something beautiful coming in. It is an entirely new beginning. I almost said your old life or the old way of doing life. The old way of doing life is over, whether you want to hear that or not. The World card is here. You've completed a cycle. You've accomplished the lessons. It's time for you to move forward. The World card talks about travel, and not just physical travel, but like mental travel, spiritual travel. So I feel like it's time to move forward. Close that door on the old stuff. Don't look back. I think in your reading, I also said you might be tempted. I think we had said like there was a devil coming up. So maybe the devil for some of you is not an actual person. It's the mental thinking that you are not good enough. I think this is a good week to start. You are in Leo season, and you have all of this abundance coming to you in Leo season. I would shut the door on the past for good, particularly your negative mental thoughts. I think that's what brings in all of this beauty. This is a beautiful new beginning. World card to the Fool card and 4 aces. So Stay on course, my friends. I'm telling you, you have something amazing coming. I'm a Gemini, but I sure do wish for the last couple of readings that I was a Virgo. So hang in there, my friends. Leo season will be spectacular for you. Do not lose hope. If you like this message, Virgo, and it resonated with you, or you want to claim all or part of it, or just found it to be fun or entertaining, please click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, my friends, I am wishing all of you light, love, and peace. Hello, Libra. Let's see, what do the cards have in store for you now? We have co-create. This is card 40 out of this deck. This came out about a week ago for me when I did my own reading. I particularly like the message of this card, so let me read that for you now. The Oracle's message. You may not consider yourself a creative person, but in fact, you are creating your reality every moment of every day via your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, intentions, and actions. Yet you must consider that you do so in partnership with spirit, consciousness, God, or whatever name you call your higher power. You are a spark of this intelligence that works through you, nudging you with inspired thought and intuitive guidance. You are a paintbrush that co-creates a beautiful, unique expression of your own individuality, blended with universal spirit. And now you're aligned with it to create miracles. Your relationship message. Connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening you up to new ideas you would never have come to on your own. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is this extraordinary being looking back at you? You are going to be so happy that you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art now, the very embodiment of beauty. Prosperity message. Flashes of inspiration give rise to great success when you receive this message. You are at your most creative now, and whatever you apply yourself to will lead to the fruition of your dreams. Remember that all your ideas are channeled from a higher source. You create your reality in partnership with spirit. The potential for manifestation is unlimited now. Revel in its vastness. So time to co-create with the universe, with the divine, God, Jesus, Muhammad, whatever you want to call it. You are basically the magician of your life right now, Libra, whether you realize it or not. And I feel like this is a message for you saying like you are not alone in creating the life you want or the next chapter of your life. So let's see, what do the cards have here for you. Tell me more about co-create for the Libra collective. Tell me more about co-create. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Flying out of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. Tell me more. The Fool card to the Page of Wands, which I love because it's a minor arcana card, to the Fool card, to the Page of Swords. It's time, I want to say time to learn more. The Page of Swords is someone who is mentally restless. It's an individual who wants to learn. Pages want to learn. They are younger in tarot, and so they are very inquisitive. I feel like it's time for you to explore new ways or new avenues in your life, to realize that you are co-creating with the universe and to not be so afraid to take that leap. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress, which is you, Libra. I feel like all you need to do is to come into your power. The Empress is ruled by Venus, and Venus rules both Taurus and Libra. So I feel like in order for you to come into your power, you need to realize or acknowledge or accept that you're not in this world alone. You're not making these decisions alone, whether it's in your professional, personal, romantic life. You have a partner. You have a divine partner there. So if you have been hesitating to learn something new or to move forward in love, whether you're extending a cup of love or receiving a cup of love, teaching someone something or learning something from someone else, I feel like a lot of you have been afraid to take the leap. Afraid to learn something new, afraid to let love in, afraid to give love out, right? To pour love into something else or to discover something new. It's almost like a message of like, have no fear. Have no fear, because this is your life and you are co-creating it with the universe. This is a message telling you, Libra, that you are not alone. So anything you've been wanting to do, learn, discover, again, if you've been hurt in the past, I feel like this message is telling you to not be afraid of love, to not be afraid of accepting love, and to not be afraid of sharing your cup of love with others. Co-create with the universe the life you want. Step into your power, my friends. Tell me more about co-create now for the Libra Collective. One more shuffle, please. And thank you. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Wands. And we have the Sun card, which I love. So now we are in Leo season, the Sun card. I feel like this is a time for you. If you want to step into the role of the magician and really manifest the life you want, and for some of you, this is financial abundance with that 10 of Pentacles card, I want to say to not be afraid to do it is the message here. To know that if you jump off that ledge, you're not alone. You're not, just free falling. There's a safety net there. There's like a spiritual safety net there for you. So take the risk to love again. Take the risk to discover something new. Take the risk to learn something new. For some of you, it's teaching others. You have 2 younger cards here with the 2 pages. So for some of you, it's like sharing your cup of love with someone younger, or sharing your knowledge with someone younger. It's almost like go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that in Leo season. I feel like that brings more abundance into your life. So learn something new, love someone new. We have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Swords, and the 8 of Cups. And then we have the World card. Yeah, time to walk away from what like no longer serves you. And I don't necessarily mean people, I mean mindset. This whole thing of being afraid. I've always done something the same way. I can't change it. We've always done it this way. I think in your reading about a month or 2 ago, Libra, we were talking about your work environment, and that you had to be more open to like changing the way you did things or new perspectives. I feel like this is coming back around again in your message this week or today. And I feel it's kind of the same concept. So whether it's in your professional, personal, romantic life, some of you have been afraid to walk away from an old way of doing things. And I feel like the message here is like, don't. Learn something new, discover something new. If this is a love reading for you, don't be afraid to accept love from others, or to give your cup of love to someone else. I feel like, yes, you can have healthy boundaries, but I also feel that in order to achieve true abundance in your life, you need to walk away. World card to the 8 of Cups, walk away from the old way of doing something. So if you've been closed off to love, I'd walk away from doing that. If you've been, closed off from learning something new or discovering something new, moving, traveling, I would like put an end to the fear of that. That's this reading for me, is like put an end to the fear, because you're not alone. Star card, bottom of the deck, right? You are not alone. You are co-creating your life with the universe. There is a divine safety net there for you, whether you're realizing it or not. So I would say to take a leap, kind of start a new chapter in your life at this time. So if there's been something you've been wanting to do or needing to do, I feel like the message is overwhelming here for the Libra Collective, that you are not alone. So take the risk, my friends. Take the leap. Jump. Trust in yourself, and trust in the divine. So that's what I have for you, Libra, at this time. If you like this message and it resonated with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Libra, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Scorpio. Let's see, what would the divine like you to work on at this time or focus on? We have flexible. That is card number 19 out of the deck. And card number 19 reads, a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be right now, willing to learn new things, teachable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Relationship message. In every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? I laugh because I drew this card for myself the other day. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. The appearance of this card in a reading can also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. This is a time for you to be flexible. You'll be happy that you made that choice. Prosperity message. Even when you have a clear vision of how you're going to manifest something, what it will look like, who will share in it, and what will then be available to you, you still need to relax and open up to other possibilities. Spirit may have much better plans for you. It could be a job you hadn't thought of, a new source of money, or some other opportunity that eluded your imagination. Be flexible and remind yourself, this or something better manifests for me now. Then be willing to bend a little and enjoy the miraculous results. I like this for you, Scorpio, in terms of your relationships. We've done several readings for you. Some of you are meeting new love. Some of you are reconciling with a past love. But either way, I feel that you do need to be flexible in love. I chuckled there at first because I have had a disagreement recently with my partner. And I realized that I can still get what I want or need out of a relationship. And he can as well, but it requires both of us to be flexible. And I think that's important, especially in relationships that you are reconciling, whether they're in your professional, personal, or romantic life, that we need to be flexible in order to move forward. So let's keep going. What else do we need to know about flexible for the Scorpio collective? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. We have Five of Cups, the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. So there goes your risk. There goes your flexibility. Taking a chance on coming up with something new or a new way of doing something or compromising. I feel here the Five of Cups to the Hierophant is like, I don't know, like that. Remember in the first part of this card here, and I just want to read that sentence to you because I feel like that's really what the Hierophant card is talking about right now. So the Hierophant card in tarot, a lot of people say it's the religion card, the Pope card, the marriage card, and it very well is. But the reason why this card is attributed with those types of things or relationships is because the Hierophant is an individual who's deeply rooted in their beliefs. Their beliefs cannot be shaken by a hurricane, right? They're like solidly planted into the ground. So where it says here, a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane. So I feel like the Five of Cups to the Hierophant is like letting go of an old way that you used to do something or the old way you thought of relationships. That this is a time now for you to be flexible and to change. I almost want to say like to bring like... common sense is great, but it's important to be open. Like you can be the Hierophant and the Fool card at the same time. You can have, oh, look at that. You can have both of these as long as you're willing to compromise and be flexible in order to get this. So in order to get the Nine of Cups, everything you've ever wanted, it's important for some of you to take the leap, take the chance to leave behind an old way of thinking, particularly when it comes to your relationships. I feel like that's what spins the Wheel of Fortune forward for you in this new cycle of your life. Again, whether it's in your professional, personal, romantic life, but this turning point, and I think it's going to be slow for a lot of you. The Knight of Pentacles is like slow and steady. So maybe for some of you, when it comes to your relationships, you have this mindset where like you meet someone and you date for a certain length of time and this is how it's supposed to go. And then we get engaged and then we get married and we buy a house with a picket fence and we get a dog, a cat, and we have 2 kids. And it's like, that's not always the Nine of Cups, right? Be flexible on that Nine of Cups card. So can you have all the happiness and bliss that dream or wish fulfillment has? Yes, but maybe it doesn't include marriage, or maybe it doesn't include having kids. You know what I mean? I feel like there's something traditional here that you've always held on to, whatever that belief is for you. But in holding on to it, it has made you like maybe incapable of moving forward in a particular situation or relationship. And I feel like this message for you is to let go of maybe certain traditions or certain traditional beliefs that you have had. I feel like that's what gets you slow and steady to your Nine of Cups. So I want to say to take the risk to let go of an old way of thinking or old traditional way of doing something, and being open to a new way of creating a relationship. So compromising with your partner, business partner, love partner, friends, family, etc., to still achieve the Nine of Cups that you want, but maybe take a different avenue to get there. Tell me more about flexible for the Scorpio collective. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. This is going to be clarified further by the Ace of Swords. That's your victory. So whatever this is for you, that maybe you have felt you've been a bit blocked from achieving, I feel if you can leave behind some past attitude or idea or belief, that'll be your moment of clarity. That's your breakthrough moment. That's your victory. That's how you get to your Nine of Cups. But first you have to let go. And I don't mean let go of a person, but let go of a certain mentality or thought that you have. We have the Two of Swords. This is a decision that only you can make. I feel like a lot of you have been stuck, not knowing how to spin that wheel, not knowing how to move things forward. And I feel like this is your message to say, you just have to let go of some beliefs that you've had. Nine of Wands. So you've been wounded. I feel like this is a pattern for you. The Nine of Wands for me talks often about a pattern. So I feel like you've been doing something the same way over and over again in a relationship, hoping to have a different outcome. And it's like, that's not how you're going to get your outcome. So if you want to go from like Nine of Wands to Nine of Cups, you have to do something differently. And what you need to do differently is learn how to compromise. I want to say let go of some beliefs that you have held onto. Four of Wands, this is what you don't see coming. So I feel like once you do that, that brings you into victory. Page of Pentacles, a whole new beginning, and the Ace of Pentacles. So that's where your offer comes in. That's where your opportunity lies. For some of you, it is a love connection. So it's funny because my partner and I had a brief conversation today about marriage, right? And when you go through a divorce or go through a separation, a lot of people are hesitant to want to do that again. And so we kind of were talking about that, and he's a little, he's a little more hesitant about, marrying again and stuff like that. And I had said to him, I'm willing, compromise, I'm willing to do whatever it is, because my ultimate thing is for us to spend the rest of our lives together and to be incredibly happy. So, but my traditional thought, and it's funny that this came up for Scorpio because I'm a Scorpio moon, but my traditional thought is you have to be married, and I have, the traditional thought, we got to get married and I got to have his name. And maybe my first marriage didn't go well, right? But the second marriage, I can do it better. But I can still achieve a happily ever after with him. I just have to take the risk to say, but I don't have to be married to him. If that's not something he's comfortable doing, and we can have everything else that we want, everything else that's part of the Ten of Cups or Ten of Pentacles, we can have together. But the one thing I have to compromise on is marriage, or maybe give him more time to become more comfortable with it, like not push it on him or something like that. Then that's what I'm going to do. That's my calling, to be flexible. So I really am resonating with this, even though I'm a Gemini, like I said, but I'm a Scorpio moon. So I feel like a decision has to be made here, Scorpio, that in order for you to achieve the opportunity you want, the life you want, the happily ever after you want, whatever that means for you, you're going to have to compromise. And in order to compromise, you're going to have to Five of Cups something you have held on to, some sort of traditional belief on how you thought something would play out. It's like you can still get to the finish line. You just may have to go a different route, or something may have to be omitted. But that's where the compromise comes into play. So pretty interesting that came up. I pulled that card on my birthday last month in June. And then so funny that today, following that conversation, that card now was pulled for you guys. So yeah, definitely everything you want is on the other side of compromise, even if it takes you a little bit longer to get there. Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles for me in terms of timing is 1 year, because Pentacles are years and the Knight of Pentacles is holding one pentacle. So maybe it doesn't happen tomorrow. Maybe it takes 1 year for you to get there. But, you will get there is the point, I feel, of the message. You just need to be flexible when it comes to getting there. So I hope that was of some help for you, Scorpio. Definitely was a bit of enlightenment for me and a confirmation for my conversation earlier. So your Nine of Cups is there for you. Nine of Cups leads to the Ten of Cups. So I feel like all you have to do is take the risk to leave behind an old way of thinking or an old traditional belief and compromise with your partner. Again, whether it's in your professional, personal, or romantic life, I feel like that's what brings good fortune for you and the slow and steady progress to your ultimate wish fulfillment. So I hope that was of some help for you, Scorpio. If you like this message and it resonated with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Sag. Let's see, what would the divine like you to work on at this time, my friends? Let's take a look here. We have Observer. This is card number 49. Now, the card 49 talks a lot about almost like taking a breather before you respond to people. If someone is saying something to you that is triggering or that is bringing up past hurts or maybe even current hurts, that you're not responding to them from a place of pain. So the Observer card reads, most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral advantage. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. As a relationship message, sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of an unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Prosperity message. It is an advantageous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust spirit. The perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. So definitely a time to be an observer in your life, but I also want to say to take time out before responding to an individual, particularly when you're having a conversation in text. And this happened recently for me because it is so hard to discern, right, tone in text. I mean, sometimes we use emojis to signify or signal that something was funny to us, or we found it funny, or we found it sad, or whatever. But even with the use of emojis, and not all of us use them, it's still sometimes difficult to discern tone. And an individual can very easily say something to us, particularly in that written form of like text or email or a post on a social media, whether, you know, people are commenting under your videos on YouTube like they do for me, or if it's Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. And we apply our past hurts and our past traumas and our past disappointments to what the person is saying. And so we may respond in a callous or mean way because we are responding from a place of fear or a place of pain or a place of disappointment. And so I want to say that for you Sagittarians who feel triggered by someone's comment to you, whether it's in the 3D, right, face-to-face in person, or whether you are receiving it in some other form of communication, letter, written, online post, text message, etc. If you feel triggered by it, to pause, make some room or distance between you and the response. So wait a couple minutes, wait an hour or two, respond back the next day. Or if you're really unsure of where that message came from in terms of what mental state or emotional state was that person in, you know, what mental state or personal state they were in when they sent it, then ask them. Ask them to clarify and then observe that even further before you respond. So I want to say for the Sagittarian collective who maybe have been hurting or feeling triggered by people's current comments lately, I want to say to pause. and observe whether or not that person, you know, what was their intention of saying that comment. Was it malicious? Most likely it wasn't. It just felt that way to you because it triggered something within you. Tell me more about observer here for the Sagittarian collective. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Four of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Yeah. So, you know, when someone says something that we feel we've worked really hard at something, and I think for a lot of you, this may have to be work-related, bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. So whether it's work-related, something you've been working on, Eight of Pentacles, you work every day at this. Could be a relationship, could be work, could be some sort of endeavor, and somebody makes a comment that sort of ruins our happiness or peas on our parade, right? Our first thing is we get trapped in our negative thoughts, and our negative thoughts come from our negative experiences and our negative pain. And with that Hangman card there, I feel like this is saying, like, before you respond, to pause. Try to see things from all perspectives. Try to bring love into the situation. Look at that. Right behind that is the Moon card. Because everything is not what it seems to be, right? Someone's comment about the work we do or the work we produce or something like that, just because they don't understand it or just because they're asking a question about it or they disagree with it, doesn't mean that it's meant in a mean way. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like this is almost a call for the Sagittarian collectives who are hurting or who may have felt triggered lately regarding past hurts, particularly when someone critiques our work or critiques something we love or we're passionate about, that if we find ourselves triggered, to not allow it to ruin our happiness and to not allow it to dictate how we respond to the individual, to really pause and take a time out and either try to identify what place that person was actually coming from, and if you can't discern that, I would say to ask them for clarity, to clarify what they meant or how they meant it, as opposed to like jumping the gun and responding from a place of pain. Definitely bring love into the situation. Tell me more about the Observer card here for the Sagittarius collective. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Further clarified by the Page of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the World card. Yeah, putting an end to that, like putting an end, bottom of the deck, Judgment. So I want to say with that World card, it's like putting an end to our trigger responses or putting an end to the way we respond to people, putting an end to jumping the gun and assuming that when someone makes a comment to us, particularly about something we love or we're passionate about or we work on diligently, you know, the Eight of Pentacles card is an individual who starts as an apprentice and they do something every day or they work at it vigorously and often in order to become a master at it. And when you put that much time and love and resources into a project or into a creation or into a relationship, and someone makes a negative comment about it, for some of us, for some of you, for the collective, it can be very triggering and it throws you into this negative Eight of Swords mental mindset. And when that happens, your response to the person can be quite cold or at least come across that way. And they don't know they triggered you. They don't know that your response is coming from a place of pain. They're sitting there in bewilderment like, well, where the hell did that come from, Sag, right? I didn't mean it that way. How many times have you heard that in a conversation where you took something in a negative way or a hurtful way and you punch back, right? Because you think the person just punched you, so you kind of verbally punch back. And then the person's like, whoa, wait a minute, where did that come from? I didn't mean it that way. And odds are that they didn't. You took it that way based on past hurts. So I want to say, particularly when it comes to love relationships, to find some sort of reconciliation or closure within yourself for those past pains, for those past hurts, to really put a final nail in the coffin, done with them, so you aren't triggered. Because I feel for some of you, in regards to love, you could have a partner now or in the future who will be making comments to you about something you are very passionate about, perhaps what you do for a living or what you do every day, or, you know, and you can be an accountant but paint on the weekends, right? but they make some sort of comment about something you are very passionately creating in your life. And I feel like a lot of you take that and respond to it from a place of pain. And I want to say that it's time to put an end, to that. Yeah, bottom of the deck, Judgment, the Chariot, and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, I said death, put a death to it. So I want to say, in order to move forward in your relationships in a healthy way, in order to make your communication with the individuals in your life, whether it's your professional, personal, romantic life, I feel like you need to make a judgment call and to put an end to allowing past hurt and past trauma to dictate how you respond to people, particularly when it comes to passion projects or whatever it is that you do for a living. Like, almost accept criticism. And when you feel triggered by something someone says regarding your passions, that's when the Chariot comes into play. It's like you need to put distance, space between when you hear the comment and when you respond. I wouldn't respond so quickly. And that Knight of Wands card is also, it's an action card. So I feel like Chariot to the Knight of Wands, in respect to this reading, it's like put space, Chariot, put distance before you are active. And right, because the Knight of Wands is action orientated. So I feel like before you take action and respond, you're to Chariot it, meaning create distance between you, between the time you receive what you perceive to be the negative comment and when you respond to what you perceive the negative comment. Because I think if you sit there in the hangman role just for a little bit and you see things from different perspectives, you may realize that the person's critique or criticism is actually their way of trying to be helpful, or maybe they're just trying to learn more about why you do what you do the way you do it, and maybe it really doesn't come from a place of being mean or being hurtful. So that's your message for you, Sagittarius. Kind of take time when you receive some sort of communication from individuals, particularly regarding your passion projects or things that you love and hold dearly. And if those comments from them or replies from them are triggering to you, then that's your moment to identify that trigger and to try to heal it within yourself prior to responding to the individual. So definitely creating space between receiving a message that can be triggering and then responding to it. And when in doubt, always ask for clarification from that individual. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius, or that's what the divine has for you at this time. If you like this message and it resonated with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Capricorn. Let's see, what do we have for you, Cappy? We have Come to the Edge. It's such a beautiful card, isn't it? It's like the beautiful version of the Fool card almost to me. So this is card number 36 in this deck. And let's see, what is the message for you at this time? Facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. Your relationship message with this card is, it's scary to be truly intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts that you've kept hidden and protected. Now is the time to take that risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. It's important that you speak up and voice what you need. State who you are, say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe, but to take a leap of faith, and you will be so glad you did. Your prosperity message. If ever there was a time for you to take a leap of faith into the unknown, it is now. This is the perfect moment to take a big risk. The unknown is the only choice now, and if you come to the edge, you will discover treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Allow your courage to lead you in spite of your fears. You don't need to know the exact form of what you're going for. The essence is much more powerful, and Spirit has a way of delivering an even better version of prosperity than you could have imagined. So take that step. The results will be amazing. So we saw this for a lot of you in your June reading, and again, won't apply to every Capricorn out there, but for a lot of you around May and June, just as we were closing out Taurus season and going into Gemini season, a lot of you had an upheaval in your life, particularly in regards to like finances or a career path. And for a lot of you, that has continued. I feel like this message is telling you, and again, could be in your professional, personal, romantic life. So apply it to how, whatever you want or how you see fits. But I feel like for those of you who've been like maybe afraid to enter a new industry or start a new job, maybe relocate, right? You're afraid, well, what will my future look like if I, decide to pack up my bags and move from Idaho to Florida or something like that. But I feel like what Spirit is telling you is like, this is the time. Things have unfolded in your life in such a way now that kind of leaves the road in front of you pretty open, and you can take any path you want. So why just stay on the current path? You know what I mean? Because you've been on the current path. And for some of you, this is really job related. We'll see what tarot has, but I feel for a lot of you, this is job related, particularly those of you who have been in careers for a long time and it has come to an end. And I feel like some of you are wondering, well, what's next, right? I've always worked in the food industry. What now? What do I do now? And I feel like this is Spirit saying to you, you can do and be anything you want to be. All you have to do is be daring enough to take the risk, to learn a new skill or enhance a current skill, or to take your life in a new path. And for some of you, this is relocation, where you have been afraid to move. Well, what if I don't like the new community? What if I don't like the new neighbors? What if it ends up being a mistake? Well, but darling, what if it ends up being the best thing you've ever done? So I feel for a lot of you, you have a big life change here, or a decision to possibly change your life or change the course of your, professional path. And some of you have been resistant to it, resistant to the change. And I understand that because you're a Capricorn and you're an earth sign, and earth signs get a bit rooted and they don't like shakeups. But out of all three earth signs, Capricorns are the ones who are willing to take a risk. And so I feel like if you have been thinking of changing professions, changing industries, relocating, anything like that, big life shakeup or a big life change, it's time for you to take that leap of faith. Tell me more about Come to the Edge for the Capricorn Collective. And the way you'll know if this is your message, what has been cleared from your path. So for example, let's say you live in Idaho and you've always wanted to move to Florida, but you've had this like 19-year job and you're like, well, I don't want to leave. I've been doing the same thing. What if I don't find a better job in Florida? And suddenly that 19-year job you had ends. You're fired, you're let go, the company closes, whatever. That's the divine in Spirit removing that from your life. Like your time from there is over. It has served you well for that chapter of your life. Now that that has been removed, now you can move to Florida, right? Now you can come to the edge and take that leap. So I feel for a lot of you, something has closed out in your life in the last 2 or 3 months. And some of you are still wondering why. Why did that job come to an end? Why did that love relationship come to an end, right? Why is my lease up where I live and the landlord's not renewing it? The why is to clear the answer to the why is because it was meant to clear your path so you can move in an entirely new direction. So you can come to the edge and see what else is out there for you. Tell me more about Come to the Edge. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Further clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Emperor. Wow, big energies there. Bottom of the deck, King of Cups. So, and right behind the King of Cups, we have the Empress. Holy bonkers. So, for a lot of you, this is a decision with a counterpart or partner. So, I'm going to read this I'm going to read this 2 different ways for you. For some of you, you've had a decision that you've wanted to make for a long time. Relocation, change of jobs, change of industry, maybe open a new business. If you have a business, how to expand it, how to do things differently. For younger families, maybe deciding, do you want children? Something like that, this big decision that you've been so afraid of to make with your partner. Emperor to the Empress here. Like, how do we move forward with what it is we want to do, this new community or this celebration or the growth of our family or this new endeavor, right? How do we do it? We're so afraid to do it. We're so afraid to do it. I feel like your answer is to do it. Your answer is to do it with your countermate. For those of you who are already partnered, I feel like something has been cleared out of your path in the last 2 to 3 months, and now the two of you can move forward in victory. So again, let's say you're a divine feminine, right? You're a female, we'll just say, and your husband's lost his job. Now the two of you in the past have talked about moving from Idaho to Florida. But you're like, well, we can't do it. He has a job. He has a dependable job. He can't just up and leave his job. Well, the job ended. Let's say he lost his job in May or June, because I think that was a big shift for the Capricorn collective around that time. Well, now's your opportunity. Now the two of you can talk. Queen of Swords to the Queen of Pentacles. Now you can have a very grounded and rooted, open, honest conversation. The Queen of Swords wields the Ace of Swords in her hand. So now it's like, now we're clear thinking. Now the obstacles have been removed. Now it's the time to be practical. Queen of Pentacles, practical. Queen of Swords, organized and perceptive and clear thinking. So for those of you where you have to make a big life decision with your partner, I feel like this is the time for you to make it. Something either has come to an end in your lives or something is about to come to an end in your lives. But the purpose of that ending was to clear your path so the two of you can move forward in victory in whatever it is you wanted to do. Move, relocate, open a business, expand the business, have children, get married, etc., etc. Something's been cleared out of your path or will be soon for the two of you to be able to move forward. For others of you where you are single, there's been a relationship or situationship or something in your life that has come to an end. I feel like it's time for you to love again. For those of you who are single, I think it is your countermate, whether you are a masculine or a feminine, I feel like your divine partner is waiting for you. It's time for you to come to the edge and see what's out there in terms of love. It's okay to go online. It's okay to go on dating sites. It's okay to get out there in the 3D world and go to whatever locations you like to go to that are of interest to you, where you will meet a counterpart who shares those similar interests. So whether it's in your professional, personal, or romantic life, something either has been cleared from your path recently or will be cleared from your path very soon in order to either enable you to move forward and meet your divine counterpart, or if you already are partnered with someone, it will allow now the two of you to move forward with something you've always wanted. But you're going to have to come to the edge, Capricorn, and actually take that leap once and for all. So that's, let me get into the other deck here for you. Sorry. Tell me more about come to the edge for the Capricorn. Well, Queen of Wands just wanted to come out. So tell me more about this come to the edge for the Capricorn collective. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Come to the edge, clarified by Three of Swords, the Ace of Wands, which I like very much, and then the Judgment card. Bottom of the deck, you have Page of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Queen of Swords to the King of Swords. It's time for you to have a very honest discussion, particularly for those of you who are partnered, about how to move this relationship forward or how to move forward with a particular plan or dream that the two of you have had. Queen of Swords to King of Swords are two individuals who have a conversation together. And look, what are they talking about? Like, what's right in the middle of them? The Ten of Pentacles. Pentacles meaning resources. How are we going to invest our time moving forward? What are the new things that we're going to do? Where do we invest our money? How do we grow this relationship? How do we grow the partnership? So there's definitely an honest conversation here that is required for those of you who are partnered between you and your counterpart, you and your divine counterpart. on how to do something that the two of you have always wanted to do, but there were always these obstacles or reasons. The kids were too small, or we can't move, or you've had a job for too long, or we've always done it this way. You know, something like that the two of you have always wanted to do. It's like now is the time to do it. Obstacles have been cleared or about to be clear, and it's safe for you to finally follow that dream or relocate or open that business and to do it together. And again, for those of you that are single and you have had the Three of Swords here, you have had some heartbreak, I feel like this is telling you it's safe to love again. It's safe to have a passionate new beginning after heartbreak. It's okay that the last relationship didn't work out. It's okay to heal from it, and it's okay to move on from it. And it's okay to have a rebirth in love, even if that rebirth in love doesn't include that past person. It's okay to do that. I feel like this is your moment, Capricorn, whether you are, and bottom of the deck here, we have Emperor again, and then the Ten of Cups. So whether you are single and you've experienced heartbreak, I want to say the divine is telling you it's safe to come to the edge and take a leap in love to have an entirely new beginning. And for those of you who are partnered, there's something the two of you have wanted to do for a long time. Get married, have kids, relocate, open a business, and something was constantly a block for you. I feel like that block has been removed recently or will be removed. And now for some of you, it could be like travel, right? And you could have thought, oh, one day we're going to travel, but you were never able to do it. Work got in the way. The family was growing. The kids were, you know, too little. I feel like now something has been removed from your life, or will be soon, that will enable the two of you to travel together. I'm just using that as an example. But I feel like whatever you thought was like, oh God, I can't believe that happened, right? I can't believe that we lost a job or we lost this. I feel like what you really need to do is to look at that negative in a positive way and be like, now because that happens, now we can come to the edge and do what we've always wanted to do, because that what you thought was wonderful or great was actually an obstacle for you to achieve your goals, whether you were single or whether you were coupled. And either way, I feel like this is the divine saying to you, it's safe to love again. It's safe to try again. It's safe to, there we go, Three of Cups again, bottom of the deck. It's safe to celebrate life again and celebrate love again. And it's safe to chase your dreams again, whether you are an individual, like alone, single, or whether you are partnered. So take that message and do with it as you will, Capricorn, but definitely a big call for you to take a leap in faith, or a leap with faith. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. If you like this message and it resonated with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Aquarius. So let's see what the divine would like you to work on at this time. We have for you, Go the Distance. This is card number 47 out of this deck, and let's get your message here. Card number 47 reads, to bring your dream to life, you must think long-term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the currents of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, you have strength and fortitude, and that will carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. In terms of a relationship, your message here is you either are in or are calling in a harmonious relationship. This relationship will stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean that there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? Prosperity message. Your most precious dreams are not about instant gratification, but enduring prosperity. This is a time to think long-term and engage in continued action. You will experience momentum building as you translate the ebb and flow into slow and steady movement. Your efforts, ideas, and hard work now can lead to greater riches than you can imagine. Stoke the fire so that an uninterrupted stream of energy is available to support you in all phases of your manifestation. Be assured you are in the right place right now. I like this for you guys, Aquarius, because I feel like a lot of you have been stuck in terms of love, stuck in terms of long-term commitments. And that can mean your professional, personal, or romantic life. Definitely going the distance here, whether it's in terms of finding new love or reconciling with a past love. I feel like it is time for you to take a chance, to take a leap, and not to just move through it quickly or move towards it quickly, but to do it slow and steady, sort of like the Knight of Pentacles. And I know you're an air sign and you want to do things quickly, but sometimes you need to just kind of pace yourself. And I feel like this is what the card or what the message is telling you is like, you will reach your 9 of Cups, your 10 of Cups, whatever that wish fulfillment is for you. But instead of rushing towards or running towards the first thing, really take your time. Slow and steady wins the race here. That's what will help you go the distance, whether this is in your career path or your love path. Tell me more for the Aquarius Collective. One more shuffle here, please. And thank you. Temperance was about to pop out, and Temperance is the alchemist of tarot. It is 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water, being very balanced. You have the Page of Wands, further clarified. I had just said the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, there you go. The Hierophant, as well as the 2 of Swords. Bottom of the deck here, you have the 3 of Pentacles. So that 3 of Pentacles card is the teamwork makes the dream work card. So I feel like if there's something you've always wanted to do, whether in your professional, personal, or romantic life, then in order for you to move forward, you can hold on to these beliefs with the Hierophant. Whatever those deeply held, rooted beliefs are that you have, you can make the decision to achieve that goal, or to hold on, or to achieve your goal while holding on to those beliefs. But in order to do that, it's more of a slow and steady pace here. Tell me more about Go the Distance for the Aquarius Collective. I love that Knight of Pentacles card came out right after I had mentioned it. Tell me more. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Aquarius, we have the Page of Swords, the 7 of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Justice. So whether you want justice in your professional, personal, or romantic life, I feel like abundance, everything that you've ever wanted, is out there, is available to you. You have choices. You definitely have choices. And I feel like now is the time for you to evaluate or reevaluate those choices and to take your time in doing so. The Page of Swords talks about an individual who is inquisitive and wants to learn more. So I feel like a lot of you have to make the decision here that in order to make your dreams work, or in order to bring your dreams into fruition, when you're out there exploring the world, or exploring new job opportunities, or new places to live, or for those of you who are single, exploring new lovers, yes, you can hold on to all the beliefs that you want, whatever they are, right? Whatever your identification is or your traditional beliefs are, you can definitely move forward and hold on to them as you explore new things. I feel like the world is your oyster right now, but some of you feel that you can't achieve a certain dream, or that time is running out. Like, I have to do it now, right? I have to learn this skill now, or I have to change jobs now, or I have to get into a relationship now. And I feel like this is the divine telling you to pause, that you need to do it in a more efficient, routine, methodical, calculated, conservative way. That's what gets you to the 9 of Pentacles. That's what brings justice into your life. So I want to say that whatever decisions you have moving forward, I would say to take my time, like to take your time. Page of Swords, learn about all the different options, all the different ways of doing something. You don't have to rush. You're going to get to the finish line one way or another. But I feel like the staying power here for you to achieve your dream, whether it's in career and finance or love and romance, is for you to really take the time and see what's out there. Page of Swords to the Seven of Cups. Learn what's out there. Be inquisitive about it before you make movement. You can still achieve what you've always wanted, but I would say to do it at a slower rate or at a slower pace. Instead of rushing to do something, and particularly when it comes to love, because I think a lot of the singles out there are rushing into relationships thinking it's almost like, I'm 49 years old and I have to be in a relationship or married before I'm 50. And it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You can still hold on to that belief that one day you want to find someone and settle down and get married, but you don't have to jump at the first opportunity that or the first person, I should say, that comes before you, or the first person you're matched with on a dating site. It's like, no, you have a world of options, a world of possibilities when it comes to life mates. Take your time to really learn about these people. Slow and steady is what gets you there. Yes, you can have your happily ever after, however you define that, your Nine of Pentacles, your Nine of Cups, whatever that is for you. But rushing into it doesn't get you there faster. Rushing there, I feel like, brings more confusion. Two of Swords. It's almost like you block out the best choice. So I hope that I was able to make some sense there for you with the message. Bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Cups. We have Justice to the Ace of Cups to the High Priestess, and then the Emperor. So yeah, definitely when it comes to love. But I mean, again, apply it in your professional, personal, or romantic life. There's a goal that a lot of you have. I have to make X amount of dollars by this time, or I have to be married by this time, or I have to have kids by this time, or I have to be retired by this time. And it's like, no, you don't. You don't have to rush the process. It's not going to get you there faster. It actually, all it's going to do is Two of Swords to the Seven of Cups. It's just going to block out options and opportunities and choices. And so I know that you're an air sign like I am, and you want to go, 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 and you like getting things done quickly. But I feel particularly when it comes to love, you need to take your time in finding a love partner, a divine partner. And even for those of you who are reconciling with a past person, I would say that the relationship can go the distance, but to do it in a more slow and steady way. Get reacquainted with one another, have more experiences together, learn more about one another, discover what you like and don't like about each other, as opposed to just like rushing in. I feel like what's meant for you will not pass you by. And so the divine is really asking you here that in order for you to go the distance, whatever big life changes you are about to make, you really need to pause and look at all your options and all of your opportunities and study them. I'm almost getting like a hangman feeling here, like see something or someone from all perspectives and take your time before moving forward in any big decisions. That's what will help you go the distance, or help you like find a love partner or reconcile with a life partner, and the two of you will be able to go the distance, right? Actually spend a life together. I feel like the message is slow and steady here wins the race. There's no need to rush. And even when it comes to career, for those of you maybe thinking of like changing career paths or changing jobs, this is saying to you, you have multitude of jobs, Seven of Cups, multitude of choices and options. Allow yourself to be inquisitive, Page of Swords, and learn more about them. Allow yourself, Page of Wands, to discover them and see what else is out there. I know it's a tough global economy and you want to jump at the first job you get, but I feel like that's not really what's going to bring you Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, or any type of long-term success. So I feel like, again, when it comes to jobs, like, don't be afraid to see what else is out there. Don't be afraid to maybe even apply for positions you're afraid to apply for. Maybe you think you're not qualified. I feel like the divine is here telling you, yes, you are. And in order to go the distance, maybe you need to do things a bit differently than you've done them before. Almost fall into like, King of Pentacles / King of Wands kind of mode is the feeling that I'm getting here as your advice. It's like, yes, be passionate and energetic and see things out of the box, but also be very slow and calculated when making your decisions. That's how you're going to make the best decision in love, in finance, etc. And that's what will really help you go the distance to achieving your goals and your dreams. I hope that I was able to bring that message to you. I was hearing a bunch of jumbled things at one time, but I hope that that made sense for you, Aquarius. If you like this message and it resonated with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, my friends, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Pisces. Last but not least, my favorite, quickly becoming one of my favorite signs, definitely in the top 3 for who's been like subscribing and watching the videos on the channel. So I want to thank you so much. I'm not a Pisces. I don't have really almost anything in my chart of Pisces, but I felt very connected to your collective for quite a while now. So thank you for embracing me. Your card right now, what the divine wants you to focus on, time for a nap. I think we saw that in your recent reading, actually, that it talked about that there was time now for you to like pour love into you, pamper yourself, take care of yourself. This is card number 24 in this deck. So I'm sorry if this is a little bit of a repeat message. I didn't pick the cards. I just kind of randomly put them out face down on the deck when on the table when I started the reading. But so if it's a repeat message for you, I'm sorry, but it's definitely time for you to pour into yourself. This is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you. As a relationship message, this card reads, when it comes to matters of the heart, don't make any plans right now. If you're not partnered, it's good to take this time out to get to know yourself again. If you're involved with someone, relax and just be with your partner. This is going to be an uneventful moment, but don't force anything right now. Allow things to flow naturally, and a beautiful renewal will take place all by itself. Patience is the key to your heart's desire right now. Your prosperity message, this is a great time to take a break from your busy schedule and allow yourself the opportunity to step back. Your plans are meant to be put on ice. Your goals can wait. Dream, imagine, and let go of attachments to any outcome for now. Meditate. Take a holiday if you can. Things will speed up soon enough. After a break, you may want to make some changes. Epiphanies have an amazing way of arising when you take your focus off your to-do list and allow yourself to rest. We did see that a lot, particularly those of you who have been in challenging relationships, whether in your personal or romantic life, that you maybe have poured in too much into other people or poured in too much into other situations or other relationships, and you kind of have left yourselves depleted and empty. And so again, I feel like this is a big call for the Piscean collective to take time to rest. And I'm not within my state, you know, the state that I live in here in the United States, I cannot legally give health tarot readings. Sometimes I see tarot readers from my state on YouTube give health readings. I'm like, that's actually a no-no. So I don't want to go as far as doing that, but I think a lot for you in terms of your medical and physical health. All I will say, the message that I'm getting, the best way I can convey it is in order to heal your body and mind, from issues you may be having or issues you don't know are about to arise. I'll leave it at that. It's important for you to rest and relax now and take care of yourself, particularly for those of you who don't know. about medical situations that may come up in the future, I think you have a better ability to avoid them if you rest now. And that means like de-stressing and decluttering your mind, right, from anything negative you may have been experiencing, because stress takes a terrible toll on a body. So that's all I want to say on that. Time for a nap. Tell me more about time for a nap for the Piscean collective. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. We're going to clarify this with the Fool, the Page of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Remember what I was just saying about stress? There's your stress card. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician, followed right by the Ace of Swords, which I love. So I do feel like this is your truth, and I feel like you know this truth. I feel like if you can remove yourself emotionally from some situations, it will, and you just are clear thinking about it. The King of Swords, Queen of Swords, they wield the Ace of Swords in their hand, which is right behind the Magician card here. So I feel like your breakthrough or mental clarity or victory actually comes from you taking a break. I feel that a lot of you are either experiencing some sort of depression or night tremors or inability to sleep, intense anxiety, feelings of despair, maybe even insomnia. I feel like this is almost like if you're going through it, it's time to cut that out. King of Swords to the Nine of Swords. Cut out the negative thinking. Put it to bed before it affects your health. I feel for others of you where it has already affected your health, this is what you need to do. You need to use all of your skills, tools, resources, etc. to stop this way of thinking before it does begin to take a health toll on you. So I want to say, like, if you need counseling or you need therapy, there's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. Do that. But if, and maybe you don't need something like that, right? Maybe you just need a lot more alone time or me time, going for walks, going to the movies by yourself, taking bubble baths on Friday nights, whatever you need to decompress and de-stress, whether it's an activity you do daily or you do once a week, or it's a therapy session twice a week, like however you define it, or however you feel, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better about yourself, about your circumstance, about your life. I would say this is telling you to do it, like to take the risk to have this like new beginning. And I feel like your new beginning is pouring love into yourself, Page of Cups. I feel like this is where your creative beginning comes from. So whatever heavy decisions you have to make, if they're not pressing right now, I would put them on the back burner. I really feel like this is a call from the divine telling you that for your mental health or for the health of your body, you need to decompress. And you need, I almost want to say, cut out the negative thoughts. So I'm not saying like find distractions from them or run from your pain or run from your, issues you're having in your life, but find other ways to cope, whether that's talking with a friend, online chats, therapy. There's now online therapy that can be done in an anonymous way. There's a lot of free tools out there. Also, for those of you maybe don't have money for a therapist, or you don't have insurance, or your insurance doesn't cover that, right? There are a multitude of ways, but you can also take up other creative endeavors, whether it's painting or going for walks, or, like I bought a guitar and I play it very clumsily sometimes at 5, 6 in the morning. But if I wake up and that Nine of Swords card, that's kind of what I do. Like that refocuses me or redirects my attention to something I love to do, even though I do it horribly. So I feel like this is what your message is, Pisces, is finding an outlet for the stresses and strains in your life before they actually take a mental or health toll on you. Tell me more about time for a nap for the Piscean collective. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. We have the Three of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Four of Cups. Yeah, bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Cups. So I feel like in order for you to get from Four of Cups to Nine of Cups, this is what you have to do. You need to have some sort of victory over the defeats. whatever this loss has been for you, or this trauma, or this pain, or this despair, whatever has put you in the Nine of Swords. I feel like in order for you to have victory over it, like to beat it or conquer it, this is a call for you to really take time to pour into yourself. Take time to nap, take time to rest, take time to eat better. Like I said, if you're able, like to go for walks, go for walks. Whatever it is that you have to do, take up painting, play an instrument. But you're sitting here in the Four of Cups. And I feel like when you're sitting, and if this was the Four of Swords, I'd say wonderful. You started doing it already, right? Because the Four of Swords talks about meditation and evaluation and decompressing and all of that. But Four of Cups is someone who's not looking at all, or not noticing the opportunities that God, the divine life, someone else is trying to give them, because they're so focused on what was lost. So I feel like in order for you to like move forward with whatever pain or trauma this was, you need to really reverse your thinking. And in order to reverse your thinking and to get you from Four of Cups to Nine of Cups, you really need to take time and invest in yourself, whatever that means for you. But definitely a time for you to pour love, for some of you, first time in a long time. But it's time to do that, my friend. And this is a clear message from the universe that now is the time to do just that. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. If you like this message and it resonated with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, my friends, enjoy your nap. And I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.